Doopy-doo boom bo-ee-da-dum, dee-dum ba-dum. Doopy-doo boom ba-dum, ben-doo-dum. Doopy-doo boom bo-ee-da-dum, dee-dum ba-dum. Doopy-doo boom ba-dum, ben-doo-dum.
Good morning, friends. This is my best friend from high school, Sammy. We've actually just spent the past week camping in her van. So Sammy did a solo cross-country camping trip. She's been on the road for months, right?
3 months now.
Yeah, and you want to be back home
In like 2 months.
Yeah, so she's amazing, and she came all the way from Virginia to Oregon and picked me up, and also Landon, and we've been traveling together.
3 people and a dog in one van.
Yeah, and not obviously socially distanced from each other, but then socially distanced from other people. Like, it's been so nice to get out and just be in nature and kind of have the summer that I felt like was almost stolen from us all because of COVID. But it was so much fun.
Refreshing, swimming in cold water.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I have done this new thing this summer where if there's body of water, I absolutely have to jump in. I have to swim. And water is so cold in the Pacific Northwest. It's all like glacier melt or the Pacific Ocean, which is freezing. So I've done it, and Sammy's all about it too. She's always up for it. So we swam in lots of really cold water. Never regretted it.
Felt amazing. And maybe a little shower too.
Yeah. So we're back, and it's officially time to get back to reality. And I don't really have a plan other than just getting back to work. So I thought that I would film a couple of days in my life with you guys and just take you along for the ride as I kind of settle back into reality, but then also appreciate the fact that it's turned fall. Yeah, so cheers to fall. So my friends, grab your coziest blankets, make yourself a hot cup of tea or coffee like we did today, and get ready for all things cozy.
Yay!
Woo! Bye! I'm gonna miss you.
I'll be back.
That fanny pack is fanny pack-tastic, if I do say so myself. You totally do. I miss you already. There she goes. We love her. Sammy just left, and now I am super sad. This always happens when friends or family come to visit me. It's so nice having them around all the time, and then when they leave, I just feel empty and so lonely. And I think it's exaggerated now because I haven't been around friends or family for 6 months or so because of COVID. And this was just so nice. It was so nice to be with a friend from my childhood and just be out in nature together. That being said, it's time to get back to work after a long time away, and I'm not too excited about it, but I'm not stressed. I'm just, you know, settling into the reality of being back home and being alone. Landon's at work. I'm happy to have you guys. I feel a lot less alone with you here. I can't exactly say here, but I love sharing my life with you guys. Also, your constant positive feedback and encouragement helps so much, and it means the world to me, so thank you. Now to work. Hello friends. I am so tired and I'm fine, but you know, the empty feelings. So I'm going to take a break from work and take a quick 20-minute nap and then get back to it. But I just wanted to show you that I was tired and a little bit sad today so that you didn't feel like I was perfect. Or what I mean is that you don't feel hard on yourself when you are sad and tired, because it is totally okay. So I'll check back in with you after my nap. See ya. Hello friends, I am in my makeshift studio and it is currently 1 a.m. I'm about to head to bed. I'm totally one of those people where when I have an assignment or a project of some sort, I just want to get it done so that I don't have to worry about it. And I just really wanted to get these pictures done today. I wanted to finish my work so that I could have tomorrow to just do what I want and catch up on YouTube and Patreon things. So I've stayed up to get it all finished. I know that sleep is really important, and I definitely want to prioritize at least 8 hours of sleep each night. So that's just gonna be a journey for me, trying to balance a need for healthy sleep and my desire to finish projects as efficiently as possible. So it's just something that I'm working on. Apparently this whole video is me just exposing to you my flaws. So here we are. I'm gonna go to bed, so sweet dreams, friends. Good night. Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Ooh, it has been a very weird week for me for no reason other than that it was just very difficult to get back into the swing of things after being away, camping, and enjoying life. I still very much enjoy my life, but I had quite a bit of work to catch up on, even though I had gotten ahead so that I could totally enjoy last week. I had 2 very late nights this week, but I'm all caught up, and I have today to dedicate to YouTube and filming, so here we are. When the wildfires reached their peak near Portland and our air quality was absolutely horrific, I learned that boiling or diffusing rosemary and thyme and a number of other herbs cleanses the air, because we were really desperate for ways to clean the air inside our house. So I decided to try boiling them on the stove, and oh my goodness, you guys, it smelled amazing. So this is something that I'm going to continue to do, and it's what I've done this morning. So I picked rosemary from our garden. You can buy rosemary in a grocery store, you don't have to grow it yourself. And then I love to add a citrus or fruit of some sort, like orange peel is amazing, very Christmassy, also cranberries. I didn't have either of those things, so I added blueberries this morning. Rosemary plus a citrus, add some thyme, maybe some cinnamon like I did, and then I also added a little bit of clove, and I just cannot even begin to describe how amazing it smells. So I basically just simmer that whole pot of water for hours. It lasts a really long time, and it makes the entire house smell amazing. It's also very natural, so I don't feel like I'm polluting the air. And in regards to cinnamon, you're not supposed to diffuse cinnamon essential oil if you have a pet, because it can really irritate their senses and make them sick. I only put a sprinkle of powdered cinnamon in this mixture, and Rue doesn't ever seem to be bothered by it. But this works great. The house smells amazing. I feel like I'm cleansing the air, and I also just feel kind of like a witch making a potion when I brew this potpourri. So while I was away, I didn't bring my camera or my phone because I wanted to be completely immersed in the moment. I did bring a little disposable camera, and it was so much fun taking pictures with that, trying to find the perfect picture and not just take 1,000 pictures, you know what I mean? So I don't have a video of our camping adventure, but I did collect little specimens. So I was careful not to pull anything from national parks, but I did collect a few acorns and pine cones and sticks and things of that sort. I've always collected leaves and flowers and pine cones and acorns and nuts and just natural little treasures of that sort. I find them absolutely fascinating, and I always try to turn them into some art form. So today I'm going to try and make kind of a scientific art sketch of the specimens I collected while on my trip. So many of you know that I have been trying to teach myself how to draw, and I've found the most amazing book. I should have brought it with me. 1 second, I'm gonna go grab it. Here we are, The Law's Guide to Nature Drawing and Journaling, written and illustrated by John Muir Laws. That's so bad, I don't know how to say his name. He's such an inspiration. You know the quote that goes something like, "The mountains are calling and I must answer"? That's by John Muir. Also, a vast majority of the redwood forests have trails dedicated to him. He is an inspiration, and I should learn how to pronounce his name. So I picked this book up in Lake Tahoe, and it is absolutely amazing. As I said before, it teaches you kind of how to observe nature and ask questions and just be intrigued and curious, but then also make observations and draw what you see. And I found it immensely helpful. So for those of you who are patrons, you know that checklist that I made for the Anne with an E readathon? Well, all of those illustrations I drew on that checklist were thanks to this amazing book. I really want to show you guys the pages, but you'll see it because I'm going to draw my specimens that I collected while on our trip, and then also try and learn a thing or two about what I've collected. Something that I've realized in studying this book and that I really would like to do, and I think it might be key to being a good artist, is exercising the ability to break a scene down into simple shapes. So looking at a pine cone and seeing that it's an oval, draw a grid on it for its individual pieces, points, I'm not sure what they're called, and then add in detail, you know? Or to be able to look at somebody's face and somehow take it from a circle to looking like their face. Am I making any sense? To be able to look at something so complex and detailed and simplify it into squares and circles and ovals and triangles, just very simple shapes, and then adding more structure and detail and somehow evolving this square or circle into realistic art, into a face, into a house, into a pine cone. So that's where I'm at on my drawing journey, and I'm excited to get to it. So let's go, friends. Cheers. So I finished one little pine cone. It takes me so long to do these drawings. I'm such a perfectionist and I'm so new to it, but I had so much fun, and then when I finished, it felt so good. It's exactly the same feeling that I get when I finish a video, so I definitely think I'm on the right track. But I want to get outside. It's so nice outside, so Monsieur Rue and I are gonna go on a walk. As long as you're still up for it. That is amazing. Are you done with me now? Did you find your favorite stick? Okay, well, I'm gonna continue on. That's what I thought. It feels amazing outside. It's one of those fall days where it's still warm and sunny, but you can tell there's a slight chill in the air, but it's like a cozy, crispy kind of chill, you know what I mean? It's definitely like a apple picking start of the school year kind of fall feel, and I love it.
Alright. So, I had been on the search for Alone on the Wall by Alex Honnold. And so I found this at our local bookstore, Annie Bloom's.
Which is so adorable. I love that store.
They gave us
Look,
little...
cat ear bookmarks, which I've talked about before. There's an actual cat that lives at that bookstore.
Yeah.
I think her name is Molly.
Yeah, and so I finally made it by to pick up my book. I ordered it online, and when I got there, I realized that, oh my gosh, there would be nothing more in the world that Morgan would love than if I brought her home a book. And it was interesting because the store was closed to browsing, but you could pick up your order from
Because of-
online or on the phone because of
COVID.
COVID. So I picked up my book and asked if they would mind browsing for me, and they said, yeah, are you looking for anything in particular? And I said, well, it's for my girlfriend, and I know that she loves Harry Potter and English literature. And
You nailed it.
so they said,
They probably get that every day, you know?
but she came back with, so like Jane Austen is something that she really enjoys? And I was like, spot on. And so they came back with 4 options. I read through the summaries of each of them and ultimately ended up with...
He got me The History of Love by Nicole Cross.
Mildly cheesy, but don't worry about
But
it.
it's not.
It sounds like a great book.
It's
Like, I
like-
want to read it.
It gives me the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society type vibes, as well as A Gentleman in Moscow. If any of you have read those types of stories, I haven't read a single page of this, but just reading the summary on the back, it totally reminds me of that type of story. Maybe like Julie and Julia, that movie. Is that the movie? Baking movie?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that kind of feel, but
I
It
feel
also
Guernsey
has, like,
too.
yeah, it also has like, I don't want to say Holocaust, but you know, like
They're hiding in the
suppressed,
attic.
like censorship, you know, governmental censorship, like those, kind of like the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I don't know, I hadn't ever heard of this story, and I'm really glad that he went with this one. So we decided that we're gonna end the night reading our new books.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Cheers.
Mine has pictures.
Doesn't it?
It does.